5-6.
In turn, out turn.
Out turn. Todd. Todd.
Am I sleeping? I'll just do it. Yeah.
I need my wingman. Dexy. I need my wingman.
So we started with a 50 last time.
See what happens.
See if he wants to do another round.
Seems way slower.
Oh, good.
15-1.
Take a 15. $24.5.
So that was a 65. Pretty soft. Try 55.
Check, 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 check. All right. Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm joined here today with Mr. Farbelow. First time that we've commentated together, but I've wanted to do this for a while, so I'm happy they're here. We are at the St. Paul Let's Cure Lupus Cash Spiel, the fourth draw between Todd Birr's team and Birklid's team. Steve Birklid. I almost said Scott Birklid, which is the name of my swim coach in high school. So it looks like we're still doing the draw to the button.
Okay.
Or not.
We didn't really get to break anything down hogline in, so I think that 55 is probably still close, but I'll give it some extension.
Yeah.
I'll do that one a little different.
You can even give it
I like the first one. I feel pretty good.
45.
You like the broom?
It is much nicer to watch it from up here than watching it on a computer screen.
I can imagine.
Not that I want anybody on the web stream to feel bad, like you're getting some experience.
I'm actually a little surprised because he mentioned he's going to try throwing a 55, which is a 355, which is relatively slow. I would expect the ice to be a little faster than that.
Scott earlier timed it, and he said it was 14.6 hog to hog.
And that's good speed, so might be just starting out slower than picking up.
Yeah, he said something. I'm not really good with all that stuff, but he said that the ice is in a condition that it will punish you if you don't throw handle.
Fuck. All right,
Well, there you go.
better win now.
Whoops.
Tiebreak's not so good.
I expect Todd will hit the house. That's all he needs to do to get the hammer. But they are sweeping.
Yep.
So Todd's team is Todd Bird is going to play skip. Greg Johnson's third. Hunter Clausen is second, and Tom O'Connor's third. And on the Birklid squad, Steve Birklid is skip. Sam Gailey is third. Matt Birklid is second. And Dan Plies is subbing in for Nicholas Conley, playing lead.
Like commentating. Yep. Be nice to us.
What?
What are you ready to jump
73.
Yeah. Tom, the girl? Same lineup? Yeah. Rock live?
So Todd's team has the hammer.
Their practice rocks. They have
So Ben, that's okay.
This should be a good game, and it looked like both teams started out pretty good this morning and had some good wins, so I expect this should be a pretty good match.
So Dan throws the first
Nope.
rock.
Nope.
Yellow.
It's in.
That's fine. Here's okay. Right here. Okay.
Well, it's nice to see Todd throwing a corner guard. Sometimes he can be a little defensive, but he shouldn't be because he has great draw weight.
Yeah.
I've not seen much curling here, but I believe the ice is going to be having a lot of curl in it.
Yeah,
So
that has been what I'd observed. When you said that he is not playing defensive, he's by doing the draw, like the defensive would be to knock that out. you think?
yeah, defensive play would be just to play the takeout and play an open end.
I always think that that's counterintuitive, but
Yeah.
I mean that's the way it is.
Yep, that's the way it is. If you want to score, you got to put up some guards and try creating something for your offensive moves.
We had Teresa Hoffus earlier commentating with her kid. You can see the kid remains here on the window.
Ah, what a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, all there.
How much? Okay.
Well, we'll get a good
Yep.
feel for how much it curls here. He's way out,
Sam.
but it is
Hard.
hooking.
Hard, Sam. Hard.
Go, Ben. Okay.
A little heavy.
Just through it. Yep. I'll go hard. Hard.
Yeah, that's really breaking.
That's it. Good.
Yeah. It looked like he threw it pretty good, but they were on it immediately, so I'm not sure if he turned it in or if it's curling more than they expected.
10.
The way those rocks were arranged, you could miss it almost and hit the other one first and
How
get
much?
the double, but
10.
It's going to be slow still, so don't underthrow it.
yeah, it sounds like the ice is just starting out slow.
All there.
So this is
Normal.
Matt Birklid.
Clean. Yep.
The Birklids are really tall, very tall people.
Hard.
Well,
Hard.
I remember that. I played against them, I think, 3 years ago in the challenge round. They were
9-8.
playing with Lyle Sieg, and
I think we just played two.
they're good players. They're intense. They bring a lot of emotion, from what I remember. But they were good players.
2.
Well, I'm short, and I had to mic them, so
They are tall.
yeah. So Hunter Clausen now is delivering his first.
Whoa.
That's
Whoa,
the first thing I
whoa.
remember when I played those
Whoa,
boys is
whoa,
they were
whoa, whoa,
tall
whoa.
and athletic. So
Okay. Good. Good job.
So in the what's the challenge round?
the challenge round is an
Well, that
event
tried to
where
Half
the
rock
men's
roll,
teams play, and
same
I think
way.
they have 3 teams advance to the men's nationals.
Yeah, we had the junior challenge round here. They had an East and West, and I think the East just passed their players through. They didn't have enough, but we ended up commentating that, which was kind of fun.
Just me.
It was fun because there were a lot of junior teams, and some of them are here, like Hoduck was there, and And then my daughter, who's 10 now,
Yeah.
but you go to a Bonspiel and she's like really young in the really, beginning stuff, but all those teams are there. And I'm like, oh, I just spent the week commentating you guys.
It's a touch slower.
Not that means I can understand 14-year-olds or anything.
Yeah. Well, there was a bit of a mistake there. It looks like anything that's a little tight or not, they don't get enough broom is an issue for that shot. He just over curled and drove the red onto the yellow. So Birr has a good opportunity to bury one around the corner guard and get something going.
Room. A lot of room.
And with the amount of curl they're getting, it's not very hard to get anything buried.
Hard, guys, hard. Gotta go hard. Hard, come on, gotta bite. Keep it going. Good sweeping. Good.
Sometimes when you see ice that curls like this so much, the skip will tell them, a lot of room, they got a lot of room, and the sweepers will wait. And
Well, what do you feel like here?
they wait too long, they don't get it to the rings. But it's always going to curl.
10.
So you just got to sweep for the weight. This looks like tight broom again. We'll see how much it curls. A little wide though.
So this is Sam Gailey.
Yep.
Oh, Tom Connor's taking off his coat. Start paying attention.
Yeah, it's over curling again.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, they're just not giving enough broom. He was a little wide there, and it's still over curled.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
We don't have the, on the web stream, there's a score streamer thing that pulls in stats from curling zone and does some scoring things. We had some problems with it earlier, and we haven't had the time to figure it out. So we have to kind of be aware and give people every once in a while the scores that we see on the sheets.
Okay, I see.
Which is difficult. I'll tell you that.
Well, it looks like red took a handicap point of 1 on this
This
game.
ain't bad.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Never seen that in a cash bill.
That's good. There you go, Greg. Good.
So Todd's just splitting the house, and he's going to try getting his deuce by splitting the house.
10.
There, he took more broom. We'll see.
Sometimes going right down the center, though, I always find is different.
Yeah.
But whatever, you don't know.
Yeah, you just got to try to trust it. This looks pretty good. We'll see if it curls. Should curl.
Yep. Hard. Jeez.
Yeah, just waited too long.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's not a bad spot, though.
Nose
This Todd.
won't be on.
Yeah, Todd
Yeah.
needs to hit and roll in order to have a counter. So
Just two.
even if he's not on, it's not terrible, but he would prefer to be touching the rings after the shot.
Tough to read.
If we ever overcook it and roll over the top, it's like super sad. Yeah. It's not horrible.
If they overcurl those, then they're not on.
Whoa, whoa.
So it's nice to see Greg out playing again. He's awesome curler, great player. This one's tracking straight.
Girl, come on.
Yep.
All right, Greg. Good weight. That was a good
Now, one
weight.
thing they should look at immediately is if that they could have a stone that doesn't curl as much there. So at this level, they need to identify those stones as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always find that's amazing that people can think that way. But I guess if you just curl all the time,
Yeah,
you
well,
think that way.
if I threw that or I was a skip, I would immediately say, watch that stone, because it didn't react the way the other stones did.
When I play and I have a consistent miss like that, just on myself when I don't have the mental capacity, I just switch my rocks and see if I just switch the two around and just see if it's changing anything.
It's not a bad thing to do. What happens so many of the times, and you see it even at high levels, is people start missing and they get frustrated.
Right up.
And they don't understand it's the rocks, and they just get more and more frustrated.
Yeah.
And it's a bad cycle.
No, we
Just move it off.
looks like we're getting that
It really did.
defensive end anyways.
Yep, Todd has a good chance of getting 2 here. Anything wrapped around that
Came
corner
out well. I
guard
thought it was heavy when I let it go.
should give him a good chance of getting a
Slow.
deuce.
Yeah.
Anybody can just hit it. Let's just rub it over a little. Right.
Or like how
So what do you
that
think
rock.
for draw here? Same as the shootout?
I don't know Todd very well, but I've interacted with him quite a bit, and he's always very genuine and nice. He seems.
Yeah,
Not that other people aren't. but-
Yeah, he's a great guy. I curled with him for, I don't know, 3-4 years, and we came runner-up in the Olympic trial, so we spent quite a bit of time together.
Which year was that?
We were in the Olympic trials in 98,
Line's a little tight.
I guess, for the 98 Olympics, when they
Wait
were in
only.
Nagano.
Wait only. Yep, come on. Yep. Yep.
See, what? Look, this is just curling around there, so nice. He's going to be fully buried.
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And the way Todd plays, he'll sink those all day long, so it's not really the shot you want to leave him. He'll make that all the time.
Yeah,
He seems like he's a really like kind of calm. Like we were here Thursday night setting up, and I told him, I'm like, oh, I always find these events really stressful because there's all this stuff you got to coordinate. And he's like, yeah, you should talk to Regan. But the way he said it, he was just like, just calm, taking it in.
Yeah, he's laid back,
I need a little more because we got to bump it all the way through.
which for a curling teammate, it's good to have.
That's actually probably the better way
And
to
for
do
a
it, so
skip, it's good to have.
Get him the outside because easy shot on the inside.
Well, when it gets down there, I want it to be a little bit more than it was on the last one.
When he put the broom down, he almost threw his shoulder and just happened.
This is not the easiest shot early in the game like this.
Right.
But it doesn't seem like that, does it?
And if he doesn't throw it, I mean, I don't think he could tap that front red one in, but it's always an issue. It's always a little, if that red one was closer to the rings, it would be really a difficult shot. Like he slid out nice and straight.
Yes! Hard! Whoa! Whoa! Yes! No! Off! Whoa!
Yeah, he's got it.
Way more.
Oh, he's got it.
Okay.
Shot.
I wonder why he wouldn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
I guess he wants to, but I was like,
I
he
didn't
could
hear
just
you.
draw. Couldn't he follow that same rock
that was
down?
8,
He
9,
could,
Matt.
but that's not an easy shot, and he probably, Todd would always have the chance to bump it back for his deuce. So as long as he could see a
Hasn't
piece of that rock, he would always try taking it out.
playing in kind of different spots than we were in the first end, too.
So Todd's just going to throw this through and blank the end.
All right.
Whew, good form.
Yep, he was solid on that rock.
Okay, buddy.
I'll give him a 10 on that one.
Yeah. Nice and straight.
Yeah, those are makeable. Throw them through.
Watch your feet.
All right, well, let's. I'm going to go through what other games are going on. So on sheet 1, we have Flannery versus running. Sheet 2, Duberstein or Stein versus Viau. 3 is Workin's mixed team versus the Fenner squad. Sheet 4 is Brundage versus Dunham. And of course, sheet 5 is Birr versus Birklid. And sheet 6 is Stopera versus Leclerc. Both of the sheet 6 were both on sheet 5 earlier, not together, but
Line's nice.
it doesn't look like we have any scores set up
Looks like
yet.
it's coming down
Everybody's
pretty
still
hard.
in the first end, except for sheet 5.
I like it. We got the fastest game out here.
Yeah, I like that too.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's
I know
like,
Todd likes to play quick, so
yeah.
he knows what he's doing. So Todd's going to throw up another corner guard here, which I think is a good move. So what night do you play in St. Paul?
I play on Sunday nights and Tuesday nights.
Ah, you get 2 nights a week. That's good.
Yeah, I would like to do 3, but it was a hard negotiation to get 2. So
And when did you start curling?
this will be my 5th year.
Really? Great.
guys.
Do you curl in league?
Yep, I play Thursday nights.
Thursday.
Yep, but I'm going to miss my first 2 league nights, so hopefully that won't happen too often. But
We had our first on Sunday. They started early.
Oh, I
so
heard
it was
that.
last Sunday. It feels kind of strange. It's like one night of curling.
Close on line.
But it was fun. It was good to get out there. My knees hurt the next day.
Yeah, it's
Oh, line's good. Sand
always
drop.
tough to start a new season.
Line's good. Go if you have to.
It looks like this weight's
Like
coming
3,
off real
2,
quick
3.
on this.
Yep, keep it going. Keep it going.
It's not bad. They got 2 center guards here. They can leave them staggered.
Just. I don't know, man.
They're
like
struggling
there, you
a
like
little.
over there.
At this point, I would say they're
Side might be
struggling with
uphill.
ice.
We can't get it in the ring. 0 for 5.
Okay, they're just going to try to come around the corner guard that they just put up.
Line's good.
I would expect that Tom O'Connor would make this. His strength is lobbing him in there. He should be able to make this all day long as well.
Line's real good.
And he's throwing nice
Yep.
weight.
I go, Greg. Yep.
Yeah, he curls down here on either Sunday or
easy.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not
he
sure
curls Tuesdays for sure.
because I see him.
There you go.
He must do the early draw.
Like 50?
Boy, yeah, I tell you
Throw it,
what.
I'll be impressed.
For a second there, thought Greg was John Benton. Just he kind of had the physical look just
Yeah,
like him, and I
looks a little
thought,
bit like him.
what happened?
Well, this is an interesting move. He's just going to ignore the rock behind the corner guard and try to use his center guards, which is a great play. But this is an important stone to make here.
Which should be close. I think it's there.
Looks like a
It looks like a ton.
Looks like we're through.
Yeah,
No,
it looks like a
it's-
ton.
It needs to come down a lot more. This is hack weight.
So at this point, Todd has a decision whether he wants to try to remove those center guards or, yeah, I think he's going to, those center guards can cause him significant problems. So
You want to try that?
his other play would be to try to wrap one around, but this is probably a good play. Those 2 center guards that are staggered are not good for Todd.
Yeah.
Oh,
Threw plenty of weight.
oh.
It's close.
Oh,
Oh,
just misses his.
just rubbed the front yellow.
Yeah.
Woof.
When you put the broom down for that, you always know that's the chance that you could run it back to your red rock, but the odds of it happening are so slim, and it happens though.
Close.
Which should be pretty close.
Line's a little tight.
So are they trying to draw
Line's
down?
good.
Yeah, they're trying to
Line's
draw
tight.
down now.
Gotta go hard.
A little surprised they didn't try to do this on their first
Hurry,
on
hold the
the
line.
stone
Do
prior
it
to this one.
hard.
Do it.
Hard. Come on, hard. Really hard.
It's okay.
Okay.
Probably
I
not.
can't tell who shot. It's close. Todd will have to deal with it for sure.
I have to go check on a
I think
technical
we
matter.
are,
I'll be
but it's
right
real
back.
Okay.
close.
Yep. Yeah, the T line. Yeah, that yellow one's in front of the T.
Looks like yellow might be shot here, but even if it's
Line's
not shot,
good,
they're going to have
room.
to throw this little bump.
Room. Lot of room.
Looks pretty good. They just got to keep sweeping it though, because it's a little short.
Yeah, gotta go then. Gotta go. Gotta go. Yep, keep it going. Keep it going, Greg. Okay, keep it up. Okay. I think we are. Well, I think it's close. Not for sure.
Yep, it's close.
Actually, I think we got it. I'm sure it is.
Well, he probably wants to. Yep, he wants to come around that center guard at this point. Might as well use
Yeah.
it.
Better this.
Whichever.
Like this.
Okay.
You're better off coming around the center guard here, because if you come around the red guard, it makes the red run back too easy. But they have been struggling with this side of the ice and trying to find their weight. So if they can find their weight, they should be in good shape.
Big ad.
It's not light.
If the circles are truly tough. A lot of room.
This looks heavy again.
Looks like another gun.
Got a curl.
This looks heavy again. It's closer, but
Jesus, guys.
yeah, they are just struggling with that
It's
ice.
not that slow anymore.
What do you think?
I'm guessing it started out very
Yeah,
slow,
yeah,
and now it's picking up.
I don't-
Good. That was pretty positive, but
It's either that or just this.
what?
Okay.
It doesn't give us anything.
So
Yeah,
Todd's
makes
just
sense.
going to throw the come around on that tight center yellow guard.
Then he's got that center guard so sick. We got the hammer.
I don't mind this. This is good.
All right, no, not this little bit. You still like 90?
See if they can find their weight here. Looks like he threw it well.
Line's good. Line's good. Room.
Looks pretty close.
Hunter, play the weight. Line's good. Yep, yep, yep. Gotta be 8, guys. Gotta be 8.
Very nice.
Oh, good, good. Good sweeping.
Good sweeping,
Nice job.
guys. All right. Good sweep, buddy.
I wanted to get the overhead camera on the stream.
Right in the nose. A little light.
Yeah.
Nice to be able to see where the rocks are when you're watching at home.
You okay with normal?
So what's
Whatever
happened?
you like.
They threw another one.
9-5.
Birklid teams threw one through, then Greg Johnson made a nice come around. So this run back is relatively easy, and with those 2 on the side, those are good catchers for him. So I expect they should be close here.
Whoa! Whoa! Yes!
Gotta go.
Yes! Yes! Hard! Yes! Hard! Hard!
Not bad,
Okay.
I see where you're talking about the enthusiasm.
but yeah, they're
Passionate.
intense.
Just 2.
Almost.
So do you think yellow's sitting 2?
Uh,
It's kind of hard to tell.
yeah, it's hard to tell. I think red might be the second shot.
Yeah.
Clean. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Remember, this is the one that didn't curl as much the first end.
Yep.
Let's see about this end. Look at that. It's tracking a little
Do that.
straighter.
You just do that right there,
Yep.
Greg, and it just, I'm just giving
That's,
you too much room.
that's a straight stone.
Yeah.
So they
They're
should
never
either
getting this
identify
out,
and make sure that they give a little less room, or they get rid of it and give it to someone else. But that's the second shot in a row now that's run straight on him.
Yeah, they're just drawing if we lose there.
Yep. What we've been talking about Birr? I think so. Totally new path.
Should finish really hard.
Yeah. We played a couple of hits on this
Yeah,
line.
we played some hits,
But
so
no
I think
draws.
it'll be fairly up
Hold
to
on,
speed.
it could be that spot, because their draws that were heavy ran real straight and tight.
You got one? Okay. It's a new draw path, but we've thrown some hits on this line. Okay. This should finish pretty hard.
I knew it was going to run like that.
We haven't really seen a lot of draws on this side.
No, they were out further and it was slow, then it got quick, so we'll see. I'm guessing this should be full speed here.
Line's a little tight.
You can go. You can
This looks
go.
pretty good.
Line's good.
Whoa, then.
Don't need to. Close.
Whoa,
Close
Dan.
stand.
Dan.
Close stand.
Gotta go.
Don't need to.
Whoa.
Close.
Gotta go.
Matt.
Matt. Hard.
Don't need.
Hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
Right down. Right down. Right down. Right down.
Hard.
It's a good shot.
Whoa.
Good shot.
Attaboy, Steven.
I we can move that.
Well, that would be tough.
Then, well, if you do move it, right? If you don't move it enough, right? We're just wide open. Here,
Yeah.
Then you're done. Do we just try to corner it? That'd be a great shot.
I don't mind that. I think that's good.
Even if we're not.
If they can get something in play on the corner, they got the in off. That's what they're looking at. So what they want to do is try to get something in the vicinity to where he's got to throw a guard on it, and then he will try the in off on the outside red. So this is essentially a setup shot.
I don't see anything else other than try to corner it. Okay.
Yeah, so if he corners it, yellow will be forced to throw a guard, and then he'll have the in off for 3 or 2.
No. So we got to be on the inside of him. Got room!
This is well short.
Yep.
Switch if you can. Yep. Come on.
Okay, this could be a huge opportunity for Birklid.
Come on, guys. That's good. That's good. Leave it. Sorry, guys.
If he can just wheel it around there and get second shot, he'll be maybe even line 3.
Let him wrap another one.
Yeah, there was a couple mistakes where one team wanted a measure, or they didn't agree to the score and walked away, and then the the team cleared the rocks. It happened twice on sheet 5.
And how did they resolve the?
Well, the first, both of them, they basically just agreed with the people that cleared the rock, which they probably didn't need to do, but. So over on sheet 1, it looks like Flannery is up 2-0 in the yellow rocks. On sheet 2, it looks like Duberstein is up 1-0 with the red rocks. And on sheet 3, it looks like Workin is up 1-0 over Fenner.
So 70-ish.
Not.
Tight if anything.
Yeah, a little tight.
Line's good.
Line's pretty good. Dan, yes,
That's a good weight.
Yep.
Line.
Easy.
Yep.
Where? Yes, line.
It looks like a scary weight to me.
Line's good.
Yep.
Line's good.
This is real good.
Right here. Fight 4. Fight 4. Fight 4.
You don't need to go any further than that.
All the way. That's real nice.
That's a nice shot.
Scrub, guys. Let's go.
So
Play
Todd,
that, just give him 1, but that's not
Yeah.
automatic either.
Todd's got to draw. Yep, that's what he's going to do.
Anything? Touch 4, we cut him to 1. Let's be sure we get out here.
Sheet 4, Brundage leads 1-0 over Dunham. And on sheet 6, it looks like Stopera is up 1-0 over Leclerc.
All right. We touch 4, we cut him to 1, and if we happen to get enough of the 4, we can score.
I expect Todd he should be close to full 4, but he just threw 1 short, so that never helps.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's not heavy.
Light, if anything. I think he's close.
All the way, guys. Keep it going, guys. Can't hurt it.
They're
Keep it
carrying
going.
it.
Hard. Hard. You still got it. Whoa,
They're
whoa.
carrying it.
Hunter. Yep. Full 4. Full 4. Come on.
He's got it.
Come on. Good sweep. Nice job.
Beautiful shot.
Very nice.
Good job, Lewis. That's sweet.
Go, Todd. 1 red. Good.
So Todd Birr gets 1 point.
That's what Todd. He can just lob him in there, and that's what he does. That's why he's such a good skip.
Shot, Todd.
Thanks.
So how'd your Sunday night go? Did you guys?
Well,
were you
we
victorious, or?
no, we lost. We had a little bit of rust. We were an A team and we played a C team, and they got 2 points to start, and we gave up 5. So we were down after the first end. We were down 7-0.
Ah.
Yeah, it felt really good.
Did you play 8 ends or did you quit early?
No, we played 6. We actually then we kind of clawed back into it slowly. Got one, stole 1, stole 2, got closer, but then we ran out of time. We didn't do 8 though. We did shake at 6.
Yeah, that's a big lead.
Do you know who Stomping Tom Connor is?
Great.
Tom O'Connor?
No, have you heard of Stomping Tom?
No.
He's this Canadian musician, and he played. He has like the hockey song, and he's got a number of things. He's kind of like a folk music kind of guy. So I always call Tom Stomping Tom O'Connor. He doesn't get the reference either, but.
Yep, never heard of Stomping
Ten.
Tom.
You probably will now.
So this is a little surprising. Birklid is just going to hit this, and some teams like to try to blank the 3rd end and keep the hammer for the 4th end. I'm guessing that would be his strategy at this point. Because hitting it just means you're going to hit for the rest of the end.
Yep. Roll it a little.
Actually, on my Sunday team, we had to. I played lead on that team, and we had a sub, so I played second. And I interviewed Richie Roonan for my podcast, and he told me one thing he said that he learned about 10 years ago is when doing takeouts, he steps over the hack.
Yep.
And he said, what if you don't do that? If you have your foot to the side and then you bring it across, you tend, especially when you're trying to put weight on it, to slide to the right.
Yep.
And last year, I had a heck of a time without turn takeouts, and I did like 5 or 6 of them in a row, and I've decided like I only try to change 1 or 2 small things every year and then be consistent. And I decided to try the step over, made every single one.
Really?
Yeah. My third, Erin, said she times every rock for the last 5 years. She said that's the hardest you've thrown since we've curled with you.
Well, you definitely generate more weight doing that. And when you try to throw more weight, do you step up on the hack at all, or do you move your hack foot in position to the hack?
I lean it back a little bit.
Yep, that's what you want to do.
But I find like what used to be like what I considered was a strength of how I threw when I draw is making sure that my foot slam isn't the right word, but gets right behind when I'm coming across.
Yeah.
And I find like that gets me lined up good. But I think that what happens is when I'm trying to put weight on it, I just go and I hit it really hard, and I tend to glide a little bit.
Yep, that's always a challenge in curling.
That's why I love curling, because of that. You can just be real consistent and change those little tiny little things.
Well,
it didn't turn out the way that.
Yeah, I don't quite understand what. He hit the first one, then he threw up a guard on the second.
I like hitting for a little longer.
You want to try this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, he's got to try to play a little hit and roll in here.
10.5.
Looks like there's another score on sheet 4. It looks like Dunham scored 2. Is now leading 2-1 over Brundage.
A little tight. Yep. Easy. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
This is close.
Good shot.
Yep. Groups them together, which is the whole point.
Fine.
You want a stick here? Just do. Whoa. Yep.
This intern just really goes.
Yep, hard.
It was down, if anything.
Okay.
It's probably pretty close. Maybe
Wow, it's a
11.
different spot.
Yeah, this intern right here is a little tricky.
Yeah.
T-line out of hand. T-top
I
4.
want to curl the foot more than the one out here.
Looks like Leclerc has an
Think we need
open
more,
draw for
Steven.
2 on sheet 6. Or could he get to that back? Oh,
If he did get to that back one,
He
he
could get
could,
4.
he could get 4.
Well, that's what I would try to do.
Weight's close. Yep.
Good rocks, kid.
He's not throwing any weight to do
Hurry
that,
up.
though.
7. Yep. Well, yep.
It's close.
Well, little tap. Yep. Full tap. Hard. Hard. Really
He's
hard.
real
Hold
close.
the line. Good.
Yeah, I was like, why aren't they on that?
God,
Oh boy.
why didn't he throw more weight?
It's got to go that way. Only got about that much room.
Well, they were also kind of hesitant in the sweeping. Like,
Well, they had to get by that front guard, but yeah. I mean, he throws 3 more feet of weight. It's a no-brainer. But he's still got 2.
yeah, so that makes him up 2-1 over Stapera.
Whoa, whoa.
Looks like on sheet 1 we have another score.
Close.
Looks like
Whoa,
Running
no,
scored
no,
2
no, no.
over Flannery.
There we go. Good.
Greg looks like he's throwing them really well. Nice straight slide and good weight control.
What's Greg's background? You said it was good to see him out there again.
Oh, and curling. Well, he his best achievement is he came in 3rd in the 2007 World Championships. So he played second for Todd Birr that year. So they got to the World Championships and they won the bronze. So, and he played great.
Really
They all played really well.
But you had said earlier, you said that's good to see him back
Yeah,
on the ice.
he took some time off where he just didn't curl competitively. I know that. I can't remember for how many years, but it was a number of years he was not involved with competitive curling.
It's a big time thing. I could see if you have almost anything else going on, you can't do it.
Yeah.
What do you think in time? Yeah. Like 95? 90? No, I don't. I agree. I agree. So, okay.
This is that straight stone. I won't really get an opportunity to test it here because it's raw, but we'll see how much it curls.
I don't think you're going to have to do much. He's got to dig.
No, I would say it's still a little straight.
All right, Greg.
Yep, not a big curl.
So how long have you been curling? You asked me, so I feel like
well,
I asked you.
Well, boy, 41 years now.
So you started when you were 6, right?
Yeah, I was young. Yep, I started when I was very young.
Yeah.
Is it on?
That's what I always think is
It's
hilarious when watching. Like, I think I was watching something like the mixed doubles, and like Corey Dropkins said that he started when he was 3 or
9-5.
something, or 4, which, you know, theoretically, I brought Ruby down here for Little Rocks when she was 4 or 5, but I don't know if I'd consider that.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, when I got involved with curling, there were some boys my same age that were pretty good and that became good friends of mine, and they were great curlers. So, you know, at an early age, we had a good young competitive junior team.
Got it.
And
Who are those guys?
Chris Rugg, Tim McCann, and Roy Cheetah. So, and yeah, they were great teammates, and we did well. And
Those are big St. Paul names.
Yeah.
McCann.
Yeah, they're
Rugg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking to Corey's dad was over here. He's coaching Sinnett's team, junior team, and I was asking him. I said, "This year Ruby turned 10, and she's not particularly. She's okay about going to curling, but she's not like, oh, I love curling, you know." And I asked him, I'm like, "Oh, did your boys ever feel that way? Like, were they always just gung ho?" And he said that the older kid, I don't remember what's What's Corey Dropkin's brother's name?
Steven.
Steven, yeah. So Steven, he said was kind of like that, but they always brought Corey along. And so Corey just grew up that way, and so it was just like second nature to him. But we talked about how if you don't get on a team with friends and then do good things with them, you might not have that passion.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened for me. Had I not been in the environment where I was in the club with some good friends of mine where I liked them, and probably would never have developed. But yeah, it was a great environment at that time. It was a lot of competitiveness among the boys, and it was great. And when I started curling, I think we had 150 members here. So there was always ice available to practice. My folks would drag me down when they'd play, but there'd be so many open sheets I could just go and practice.
Do you remember if there was a piano here?
There was a piano.
I've heard mixed people say, I don't remember it, and other people, oh yeah, there was a piano.
There was a piano, but I don't think anyone ever played it.
That'd probably be a good reason to get rid of it. I think it'd be cool to have like a honky-tonk piano.
Yeah, it would be great. They had a beautiful old bar over here as well.
Like came out into the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be nice too.
Yeah.
I mean, that bar is not, I mean, it's fine. It's just a hole in the wall, but.
Yeah, it was a cool old bar.
And then, did they have a crying room? Is that true? Like I've heard people say that there was a room where the kids would go to, like Friday night curling.
It was right off sheet 7 and 8, and it was like a coat room. So it was separated. There was glass. You could look down through the glass, but it was separated from the
bar area.
Yeah.
So the kids had to stay in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good old days.
Yeah, and I think there was more drinking in those days as well. So it would be late nights.
Well, that's what I was talking. I talked to you know Dennis Abraham.
Yeah.
So I was talking to him, and he said, "Oh yeah, our kids never got into junior curling because we curled Friday nights and we couldn't get up at 9."
Tom. Fine. Whoa.
We just higher the better here, Sam. Yeah.
It's always nice to have these free draws like Todd just threw to make sure you get your draw weight and you're comfortable with it.
I just think what's that?
I think if we just threw it on the outside, we'd rather feel from the outside than the inside.
Oh, that's true.
All right. I like Helio.
He's going to try to blank this, and
I was just thinking that he just threw one over there.
he would be happy with a blank here and carry the hammer into the 4th end. Yep. Looks good.
Yep. Hard. Hurry.
Oh, it's currently he's got it. No problem.
Really
a lot of
moved.
weight.
All right. So after
All the whole way, and then it
the
stopped
3,
falling pretty abruptly.
1-0. Looks like there was a score posted on sheet 2, Duberstein versus
Good shot.
View, which we've been pronouncing about 8 different ways, so I probably should actually know what that is. But looks like View scored 1 and tied it up at 1 apiece. Sheet 4 looks like there's an additional score. Oh, I think I already said that. Dunham was up 2-1 over Brundage. So when you started curling, you started curling here?
I did. My family belonged to both the Arden Hills Club at the time and St. Paul. But the junior curling for me was in St. Paul, and so that was always my home club. But I live like 5 miles from the Arden Hills Club.
2-3 is good. Sure, take a look.
I can't imagine having 120 members.
Well,
did they just have like 1 or 2 league nights, or?
No, I can't remember for sure. They had more than 120, but I think the low was like 150. It just it was in danger. It was definitely the club was in danger of going under. Fortunately, unfortunately, the Arden Hills Club lost their lease, so when they came over, that was a shot in the arm as far as membership and some influential people like Dex coming over. So
yeah, that would have been interesting if that stayed open, because that might have been the viable club.
That might have been a viable club, exactly. This club was just old building, a bad neighborhood,
Maybe in.
declining membership, so
like it.
they weren't going in the right
like
direction
trouble.
at that point. They just continue to, Birklid's team just struggling a little bit with their draw weight. So I think they're actually, considering how everything's been going, to be down 1-0 is pretty good. They're in pretty good shape. But they need to find their weight.
9.
You have the same split on his as yours. So
Yeah, right.
I'd ask back.
Take that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or just another 2 dollars.
Anything you can do, I can do better. All right. 11,
Another one through.
12.
All right. Those last 2 shots basically never happened.
So now we'll try to get it where we want it.
Seven. Don't want to.
This looks like a lot again.
Probably deep already.
Line's close.
Don't want to. It's trying, but it's still deep.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay.
Those are always weird situations.
Good or here.
They're having
Okay,
a
Dan.
I almost
fundraising
like
dinner
that.
tonight for the Lupus Foundation.
Are you attending?
It's here.
Are you good?
It's just
Oh,
at some time
Come to
I
it.
might. I don't
Come
know.
to
I may or may not. I find that sometimes when I'm doing this, I don't take care of eating properly.
Line's good.
this looks good.
Line's good. Where are ya? 6. This is okay. 5. Tom, get in there. Oh, easy, Tom.
Yep, good shot.
Whoa. Yep, that's good. Okay, Hunter. Good.
Fantastic shot.
Yep.
Think we can make this.
I guess it could get
Yeah.
over a little bit, be a
Yeah.
little higher,
Well,
but
They're in between because you sweep it more, it's gonna you make it curl a little more, but you
Yeah,
really don't want that to get behind the
You draw
tee.
top 4 for here, and then they run the guy off. And then
Board.
Oh! Back up.
Close. Whoa. Close. Yep. Yes.
It's like a pretty good shot.
yeah, it looks very nice.
Hard. Roll the shooter. Hard.
Nice
That
throw.
a kid?
good shot.
Attaboy.
Shot.
Now he wanted to roll that shooter
Just
so that they
do
didn't have
pistol.
something to.
Yeah,
this
this
way,
is
I
a
think we gotta play
pretty
it this way.
easy. Well, you got to be a little careful here, but it's an easy hit and roll or easy double. Just depends on what type of weight you throw at this.
Whoa.
He threw plenty of weight, maybe more than he expected, so he's going to nose it.
Good.
Board and hack are the same weight, but
Good sweeping technique there.
Yep, we'll confirm.
One thing
Nose
that's
is pretty
important,
good.
I mean, people think,
Like 10 here.
you know, obviously weight control on your draws is important, but at this level, weight control on your hits is absolutely crucial, because if you overthrow it and underthrow it, it's just going to make that couple-inch difference as far as where you plan on hitting the stone. So
I have noticed that is something
Weight's
that
pretty good.
when I practice simple things, but I see people practicing around me, they're practicing weight and on hits
Yep,
and
yeah.
the numbers and what they mean, or all the.
Yep, you got to be consistent on your hit weight.
Okay.
Or you got to be able to throw you what you want to throw, because that's the good teams will make the hits and rolls because
Just a little tight.
they throw the right weight and they can anticipate the amount of curl.
Yeah, hit and roll is hard, I
Just
think.
play this. I was trying to be nice.
Although I'm still at the point where I'm just happy that I hit
Okay,
something.
you want to throw that? We
Well,
can
I was
throw
like,
it.
when
What
you
do you guys
slid
like?
out that
Freeze
there, I
or
was
you want to get rid of them both? Well, hit and roll
Regan
is
is
difficult.
visiting with us,
If we're going to hit, we're going to just hit the crotch.
and
get
she's
rid of
still
both.
sick from this morning.
Hi, people. I love you. Oh my gosh. Is my dad watching? I forgot to tell him. Oh,
3.
hey, Dad, are you out there?
Regan wants to know if
right?
her dad is watching.
Can they type in and say hello?
Yeah, they would say hello over in the Yahoo or over in the YouTube chat over there, which I don't know if there's been any YouTube chatter.
Whoa, top.
None.
Whoa.
No YouTube chatter.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it never is good.
Okay, good, Greg.
I don't know if he wanted to throw that much weight.
Same. 10.
I don't ever think it's fun doing takeouts in the back of the house.
No, what he could do is if they were a little bolder, they could play the freeze down to this red stone, and yellow would have a little, could be in a little more of a pickle. But hitting the one in the back stone is going to be pretty easy for yellow or for red.
Yep, hard. Yeah. Hard.
The problem is there's really no good roll with this.
Hard.
Even that roll looks good,
All right.
but now red just has to come down and freeze it, and the end's over.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was really no good position to roll that. You would have been better off just playing the freeze, in my opinion.
My experience, though, is that Todd's team and the way he skips, generally he kind of messes up a lot of draws.
Well, he's never been good at draws. He's always been a hit man. So. But as you get older, you got to find your draw weight.
If we had Regan mic'd up, that would have worked better, I think.
Got a hook. Got a dig.
He sure can cook. No, I don't.
Line's good.
She doesn't want to take the mic because she's sick.
Oh.
Got to finish.
But-
Whoa, got to finish.
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm fine.
Okay, good.
I don't get sick.
Superman.
Yeah, I fight off germs.
Do something here.
Okay, well. Again, that stone, I would get, if I was them, I would get rid of that
pretty
stone.
sure
It
we're
runs
1-2.
straight and fast.
Okay.
It's cost,
Doesn't
he's
matter.
missed it.
Same shot
He's
either
missed
way.
it
Either way,
almost every
right?
time.
Yeah.
So they would just move it to like the lead or something?
Either, yeah, they
second,
could,
maybe?
yeah, I would probably put it in the second's hand, get rid of it, because it's been a problem.
You could trade it with the side number 4, like
Yeah.
rank 4. Just
They just have, I don't think they have identified it. It's not that much different, but it's different enough to where it's costing them.
Close.
Line's good.
Room. Hands rock.
so is that the
Let it
4
curl.
red?
That's what it looks like.
Oh, I'll have to remember that.
Yep.
I'm watching a lot of games on
Hard.
this sheet.
Oh no. This is terrible.
Yep, that's not good.
Nice sweep, Todd.
All right.
Yep. Now this is the one you can't miss.
I only had you right there.
You can't be deep. Just throw it somewhere in front. You'll be
Well,
fine.
if you throw the right weight, that's right. Right.
It's pretty interesting that they,
Do we have? We don't really have anything else.
I
do
don't know
we?
if they're judging it based
No.
on the previous throw.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's what happens. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Todd should know the broom here, but I would think this is the right broom. But
Right.
yeah, if
You
you
lock
all of a
this
sudden you
one on
move it
there.
in because you see one run straight, and all of a sudden you hit the guard. But this is, if this would be Todd's go-to shot, the out turn draw. This would be out turn, especially, right? Yeah. Well, I know him well enough. This is his shot. And it looked like he threw it well.
Yep.
That's real close.
Yep. Yep.
It's real close. Oh,
Real hard.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
See, that might have something to do with the first rock ran straight.
Yeah, I heard him say, like, he said, oh, I had you here.
Yeah.
And then
Does
they
it
made
matter
some
which
adjustment
path
about it.
Same one
But I
we
didn't
had.
know if they meant I had you there last time you threw a rock or.
Yeah.
Bite the button, basically.
One rock, especially on the back end, can get you so mixed up.
Is that what you gave me?
I had you right here.
I was a little out on my release,
I agree.
so it'll come.
But I am on record catching at the very first end, very first stone he threw.
Show him this. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
he's
that's
drawn
what
it
we can
here,
rewind the
but,
tape.
Yeah.
Like
He's
leaving
got
it
the-
here isn't bad.
That's
I'm also
fair.
on the record
Being
that's
open, if he makes the
possibly
intern, we have the,
Yeah.
okay.
ruining Birr's
Like,
team's
there's not-
chances of draws. Because ever since I said that they can't draw, they've missed 3.
Yeah.
Bite the top.
It's my fault.
This line's that quick.
Well,
Okay.
if he makes this shot,
Anything
Todd's going to be in
full
a
eight to top button
big
is
trouble.
great.
He will always have the intern draw, but
Okay.
Regan said that Todd has a will of steel and nothing phases him.
Yep.
Tight if anything.
this
Line's
is not
tight,
good.
too.
It's all over the guard, I think.
Yeah.
Hard.
It looks
Gotta
kind of like
go.
the last
Hard.
shot, really.
Yeah.
Really
Light.
gotta
It's a little
go.
lighter.
Really gotta go. Really gotta go.
That's not good.
All the way. All the way. All the way. Roll it.
Okay, now if Todd can get anything around those guards, it's going to be yeah,
Like a
it
20.
will. Those guards are so staggered now that he won't have a
Simmer
shot.
out there. Yep.
So now why would he go on the other side now?
That's a good question. He may not like that outturn. He might not trust it. He threw this intern two ends ago.
Yeah,
and
that great
made
shot.
The shot. So
Yeah.
he just throws the same thing.
I just would do it the same because I just threw it.
Yeah. I like this intern. He threw it 2 ends ago, and he should know the broom, should know the weight. All he's got to do is get half buried, and he'll cut him down. They're sweeping early.
Gotta go hard.
Yeah,
Gotta go.
that's
Keep
close.
coming. Yep. Yep. Hard,
Come
guys,
on.
hard.
That's short.
Hard. Come on,
Come on.
hard. Keep it going hard.
Touch your forefoot. Come on.
Damn it.
That's short.
Sorry, guys.
Perfect line, too.
Quarter for each team for the swear
I mean,
jar.
I gave you here. You threw about.
I didn't know Todd swore.
Just give me a little more.
Yeah.
I mean, you can like come down to this.
Third 8 or third 12.
Yeah, it's definitely 3.
Yeah, so yellow is sitting 3.
Yeah, free draw for 4. This hurts.
Yeah. There hasn't been a lot of success drawing on that side.
No, just take plenty of broom. You got backing.
You got backing too. Little left, Sam.
Oh,
As soon as you said, just have plenty of broom, you said a little less
yeah.
broom.
Yeah, you got to be careful of that.
I think you're good. I think you're good. Clean. Whoa. Let it work.
We can play to this. Where?
He's on the backing now. He should
Can't
just be.
hurt it.
Yeah, he can't hurt it.
Can't hurt it.
Go then. Go then. Go then. Right down. Right down. Right down. Right down.
Yeah, that's 4.
Okay. 4.
Yep.
All right, so with that, Birklid scores 4 in the 4th end and leads Todd Birr 4-1
Great end, guys.
going into the 5th.
That was a bit. That 4 was kind of a freebie because they had missed. It was
Yeah.
not a great end. by
Well, you know
either
what's funny is because when he drew that one hit and rolled on top, and you're like, well, that might look like it's a good shot,
Right.
but in fact, it's not.
It wasn't. Yeah, because all they had to do was get one in the rings. They missed their last 4 draws.
So on sheet 1, we have a tie game between Flannery and Running, 2 apiece. On sheet 2, it looks like Duberstein is above View, 2-1. I can't really see. Oh, pardon me. I can't really see the score on sheet 3. It looks like yellow is up 2-1.
Line's good.
So Workin is up 2-1 over Fenner. Sheet 4 is red, so Brundage is up 4-2 over Dunham, and then on sheet 6, it looks like Stapera is up 3-2 over Leclerc.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed when curling, I've always wondered if this was legal or not. Can you, sometimes people, like if the other team is throwing and the rock's coming down and it looks like it's going to hit your stone, they'll go up and they'll sweep behind their stone before it does the hit. Have you ever seen that? Like the other team, like say red is throwing, it's going to hit a yellow rock. So yellow will go up and start sweeping in front of the yellow rock as if to get it like primed up.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I've seen that a couple times, and I'm like, one, I don't know if it does anything, and two, it seems like weird, like it's not like legal.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Are they sweeping in front of the tee, or is it?
Yeah,
behind it?
yeah.
Well, that doesn't-
But it's their rock. They're sweeping in their own rock.
I see.
Little tight. Do it. Definitely tight. Okay, line's okay. Whoa.
Do it. Do it. Tapping.
Yep, Sam. Hi.
Have you heard that saying?
Okay.
Scott Belvich said it. He said, when you are up, your guard shouldn't be. Have you ever heard that?
Never heard that, but it's probably good advice.
Yeah. So they brought those into the house, and
We gotta go.
But in this instance, they were trying to throw a guard, and it went deep, and
Line's great.
the two yellows, even though they're on the 4-foot, are not an ideal situation. They're in a bad situation, or bad position, I should say.
because you could clear them out easily.
No, because you
Because you could sit on them.
you sit right in the middle. Yep.
Yeah.
You won't be able to remove a red rock.
Yeah.
So here, it's interesting because we have the new 5-guard rule, or a 5-rock rule this year. So they got 2 red corner guards. They can't be removed. So yellow cannot remove one of the red ones. So they have to decide what they want to do. And with those, they probably don't want to throw a guard because those 2 yellows are in such a bad position in rings that they don't have a great. There are no great options here.
Looks like he's going to do the guard, though.
Yeah, but I think they're going to play a real tight guard, which would make sense. You could even freeze it right in the middle of those 2 yellows. It'd be fine. Yeah, this is about as good as they're going to do. So Todd's going to just move things around a little bit. They'll probably throw like back 8-foot weight here, or just enough to move those.
Jiggle them about.
Jiggle them around a little bit. Stay right in front of it.
I mean, they got 3 in the 4-foot. They hit on the nose.
Yeah, they're getting a little concerned about leaving too many stones in
Yeah.
there, but I don't think you want to hit. Well, he is going to hit. Oh, that looked narrow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's way narrow.
There's plenty of room for error there, though. Seems
Except
to
you
me.
don't want to roll out.
Oh.
Yeah, now they're gonna. Yeah, you. When you're down 4-1, you can't. You don't want to hit and roll out. Now they're gonna start peeling some corner guards. I think.
Jason needs to adjust the mutes on the. Thank you.
It's like 3/4.
Yeah, they can get both corner guards here. Maybe.
Just get the singles fine.
Well, that would be pretty dramatic if that works.
Yeah, that would be a big shot.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Close.
Whoa. Whoa.
Real close.
Gets number one.
All
Comes
right,
across a
sorry,
little
guys.
to the inside or
My
the
bad.
backside. It's close though, like you said.
Yep, he got the single peel, which was the most important.
Shot, Matt.
Now Todd's going to just come down, play the draw, and wiggle him around a little bit. Ideally, he would tap that back, just even with the other yellow one.
It seems like curling should have a second shot, like a style, like a third one. Like you have hit, you have draw. There should be something in between, kind of like a change-up.
Ah,
Because that,
yeah.
like when you do, I always call it a heavy draw. We're going to do a heavy draw.
Well, yeah. Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, very.
The best teams in the world now, the really good teams, and these teams as well, are bringing their hit weight down, so you have a lot more control. You have a lot more control over your. It's like your cue ball, you know. A lot more control over your rolls and
Right there.
and whatnot.
Can they
so,
hit ours and stay in the
yeah,
house?
on the really good ice conditions that they're
And
playing
like
on now,
jab.
the
like
hit
this
weights are
better?
coming down, down, down. They're playing board weight for the most part. Heavy hack to board.
We do this.
So over the
we
last
just
40
have to work
years,
for
you've
it,
seen a
right?
lot of ice
do this
conditions
and
improving.
pick that one,
I heard that it used to be
then they're coming
really
under here
slow, like
in real trouble. Right?
Yeah, it used to be a
Yeah,
lot
this is
slower
safer.
and
Yeah.
trickier,
And if they do make this, then we'll have a double
straighter.
you had to throw with a lot more.
And they can like
Yeah.
make it with nose.
So
too.
curling in some respects is a lot easier as far
That's
as
no good.
shot making
No, I'm
because
saying they
the
can.
ice is
Oh, yeah.
faster,
Like
curls
instead of
more.
playing this and leaving double, they can play that.
Sure, we'll
It's a
still
lot
have
more
double
enjoyable
Yeah,
to
I'm
play
fine,
now
yeah.
than it used to be.
The other option is guard it.
I don't love that. Then they can like, if we show them any, they can come and like tap. And
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
But yeah, I mean, if we do guard and they play this or something, we always have this. This is safer. That's the safest shot. Also, if they score this end, we have hammer and evens.
I like
All
whatever,
over on
like,
sheet 6, Andrew Stapper just drew
Make a-
right
let's
into
make
the
a-
top
okay.
of the forefoot. Can't quite tell who is who's shot.
Looks like
Throw it
yellow
good,
to
Sam.
me.
You got
Yeah,
it.
Looks like
heck of a
Spiel.
shot. They had all first, second, and third were all sweeping to get that to that spot, which I always think is kind of useless myself. But we're not very good sweepers on my team, so.
Yeah, usually this doesn't work too well.
Okay, just feel.
Sometimes, though, it's just like I notice that, like I skip on Tuesdays, and I notice that people like the skip to come up and help, just for moral support.
Yep.
Usually a skip is not your best sweeper.
No. Although it is, I think it is good to help, like when your people are tuckered, if you can get up in there
Yeah.
and transition it.
Okay, let's see what Todd has got here. Let's see, what stone is this? Is this his first or second?
I think it's a second.
Yeah, this is this is the one that runs a little straight. I think he's
So my 90 last end was
Nope,
back 8.
this is 3.
Almost touching
Okay.
back 12. So you want like 400?
he is playing the draw around the
95?
corner guard, which would be smart. This looks pretty good.
Yeah, seems like a gentle weight.
Looks like he might throw a little more rotation than the rest of the people out there as well. That's why they're not curling quite as much. Plus, it might be a little heavy. Stop. Okay, does the trick. It's not perfect, but
Kind of like guard now.
It's guard or come around.
I like the guard better.
Okay.
oof.
As long as we guard this side.
Yeah, we're 1-3. like halfway or tight?
Top 12's okay too.
You want 2 or 3?
3.
Well, if they can just keep throwing this guard in the correct spot, they'll be good, but
Little
a
tight.
little mistake, they could get in trouble.
Hard line.
Yeah, what would be the
Wait
safest
side.
shot?
Hard line.
Safest shot might be
Let it sit.
just getting another one in
it
the house,
stop.
drawing under the corner guard.
Yep, right here. Yep.
This is
Come on.
not good.
Come on. Hard. Hard in the 8 foot. Yep.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Whenever
That's
anybody
pretty
says
good.
to that to me, oh,
Yeah.
my team's not bad, I'm like, well, that means it's not good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not good, though.
It's not good. Okay, let's.
Yeah, but is that
This
red
should
one
be the
deeper?
straight stone.
So Andrews Tapera stole one with that draw. And on the 6th. So he leads LeClaire 4-2.
Well, if we play this, he's guarding.
I guess they're having a timeout.
True. I mean, if we nose this, that goes over the top. I'm not worried about jamming, but then going that way, well,
Boy,
he knows that both the yellows are gone. Both
is
the
that
yellows
Evan
are
working
gone, if
over
he
there
knows
on
that. Both the
threes,
yellows are gone if he
going
knows that.
crazy with the screaming.
Yeah, he's intense.
And
Oh, that you got to be really precise.
Okay, they're trying to decide what they want to do
I'd
here.
rather play that one than that.
what would you do?
It's hard for me to see the exact situation. I'd be tempted to hit that yellow and try to roll under the corner guard.
Well,
Todd's battery
way
is
do you wanna
either
go with
going
it?
dead or he's turned it off.
Main thing you gotta do is stick. Whatever you do, you can't roll out of the rings here.
Yeah, these are the kind of ends when they happen to me, my brain freezes. I just like, there's too complex.
Yeah, I kind of like the just play soft weight and hit and roll under the corner guard.
that's not the worst thing in the world. I just don't want to lose that back one. I mean, I don't care where.
Yeah, I guess
where
it's
the shooter
kind of
ends up.
still a little early.
I just want to try to get that back into play.
Yep, just
My initial feeling when I just looked at it, not being curling mind, was to draw down to the yellow on that's in front of their red. But then I thought, well, then they'll draw down on top of that.
yeah, you got to.
No.
They they got a potential at a big end here, which
Then it just leaves them a nose double.
is
on ours.
important.
And then we're not
Yellow does or red?
So we're just gonna play one
Red
way,
does,
and
but they
either-
got some work to
either
do.
See, I don't see
one
it.
way, and we're gonna roll.
That's which is good.
See if we
I'm
can
not good,
roll to
but
Hunter's side, and if it cuts, then we'll go behind the corner. Just
I'm not quite sure what he's doing here. I think he's playing soft weight. Again, I'm a little concerned about this stone. We're not tracking straight on him.
gave it a little push there, a little energy. Well, now it's moving.
A little bit, not much. It's gonna jam. Yeah, that stayed straighter than they expected, but that actually works out pretty good. They wanted at least a nose hit on that, and it hit on the outside of it.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. We just don't want to roll to like
Yeah, I mean,
here.
it's kind of tough. That roll's almost always leaving him double.
Yeah.
So I really admire that you can see that there's a potential for a big end.
Are there any draws?
Because I looked at that end. If I were red, I would like, how do I limit my damage?
come like.
Yeah, I know it's always a little
Yeah, it's
tricky.
like- it's like
I mean, and
The guard's good.
if you weren't down 4-1, you
But
wouldn't be thinking that way. But when you're down 3, you
guard, like,
need to
Get doses
play
this.
a
You have
little
to go
more
to the outside
aggressively.
of the red one, basically, like here.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, the fact is they probably just need to
Okay,
secure 2 points here. Make sure they can
Okay.
get it.
Like
Kinda
10-ish,
wait.
If they can get 2 this end,
10-ish?
they're probably in good
If
shape.
you want
Yeah.
a little less,
10 and a half.
I was thinking like board.
Worst case scenario
Okay.
is
I'm
a
okay
steal or
with
get
board.
forced to 1.
Because we want to make sure to stick.
Sure. Right, because if we don't stick, then he makes this
Sitting
and sits 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So boardish, you think that's about right? We're trying to hit about half the stone, right?
Yeah.
So he's just going to try to throw a nice board weight, something that he can just
about
control
there.
his roll with and
Like-
roll towards
The other thing that's interesting
corner
is
guard.
if we play board and like
Yeah.
end up hitting this somehow, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't want to play that, but
I mean, if we like just skinny this,
that's what I'm saying. That's really good.
it's like pretty good. It's not really good, but
I like that.
okay.
We just can't cross it ever.
Yeah, because
right?
if it was
Cross
pretty good,
boards
that'd be your
ever.
primary shot,
Yeah.
probably.
It's not
Yeah,
good.
but it's a little
I mean, this
risky. They
probably
don't-
jams there, which is
They don't want to
okay.
overcurl
Okay.
into a straight jam.
All right,
But-
board.
Yeah.
Okay. I like here. Board weight.
Yeah, I suppose having that yellow and way in the back behind that red is kind of complicates some things.
Yeah,
Roll,
it
like, side
doesn't help
four.
yellow. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you could just like try to clear
Correct.
some of
The
that
top
out.
red one.
Yeah.
Be ready for plan B, because if it floats on us, we're going to try to hit the yellow one into the red one.
Oh. Yeah, that's plan B for sure.
That means that you're not going to get either, probably.
Yes. Hard.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it seems narrow, right?
Yeah.
Hurry! You got it!
They're holding it.
Hurry! You got it! Hurry!
They're holding
Hurry!
it. Oh,
That's okay.
yeah, that works.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Pressure's off. Sorry, man. Just didn't get out to the stick. Yeah.
Not the worst result.
No, it's pretty good actually.
Again, Todd wants to be aggressive here, but he has to make sure he scores for sure.
You can't get there. Can't get there from here.
He's probably gonna have
That
a
roll's
shot
cold.
or two.
Yeah.
Not the worst.
I mean, we might get a chance at a four.
He's got to miss for that to happen.
Jason needs to switch the mics again.
I think it's played the wrong one. Yep.
Oh, you know what? Jason, I might be wrong. I forgot Todd's. I think Todd's mic is out of batteries, or he turned it off. Did you get that? Like Todd's, I think his mic's off.
Looked like
So I'm like, why can't I hear him?
And then I was just like, nah.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I was just happy we didn't cross face.
I'm gonna blame Mark Lazar because he's blocking all the equipment over there. I can't see a damn thing.
Interesting end.
I think yeah.
Five Rock rolls awesome.
The five.
Pretty. It would have been much less interesting.
Well, they're changing their mind. I'm not sure what
Yep.
they're going to do.
I like his.
If he could ever throw a double, it's a hard shot, but if he could ever throw that double, hit the center one and get rid of the back
That's not bad.
yellow one, that would probably be a good outcome for him.
If we go that way,
So you
my concern was if we
might be kind of hard because you might
it's
jam,
just-
right?
yeah, you could jam it. It's real tricky. But if you ever made it, you'd be sitting pretty good. If you, I'll just hit that yellow one just off the nose.
we got a nose hit for two, right?
Oh, it seems like they might be talking about
Yeah.
that.
Or they might go back and hit the back one.
Yep.
That's what they're going to try to do. So yeah, he's just gonna try to hit the back one and set 2. I would be tempted to hit that one right on the center line.
A little on this side?
Yep.
On the
If you
left?
were able to make that double, you'd be in a good situation.
Yeah!
Oh.
Yes!
Oh, that's good.
Hard!
It's loud.
Hard! Come on, Hunter,
He's
hard!
holding it.
Really hard!
No. He must have been quite inside there.
Good for you, Hunter.
Don't even have to stick, really.
That's true. I'd like to put a little more pressure on. 9.5.
Do you want to nose?
I want to roll like an inch this way.
Yeah. If you nose, you might lose this.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, ideal is here.
Correct.
If we nose, that's fine.
9.5.
Yeah.
So it looks like over on sheet 3 between Workin and Fenner, it's tied up game.
9.5. Erring on
Looks
the
like
side of
Fenner
one.
scored one. There's a lot of rocks in play on sheet 4. Brundage and Dunham.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Hard!
Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it.
Just threw it.
Well?
Just threw it off the front. It didn't really roll. It just.
He's just gonna.
soft.
You just gotta be a little. Shouldn't be too hard, but you just gotta be a little careful here.
Sorry, Sam. Just soft on you.
You always gotta be a little careful when you're drawing against 3.
I was trying to
Yeah.
give it extension and I just put it off the front just a little bit.
Although he does have,
He's got back. You just
something
gotta
to play
yeah,
off of.
yeah. You gotta broom it correctly. You know.
It's okay.
but he's given a lot of room
Right.
for,
Yeah.
for
That's why I was like.
Wanna
So
go
I
back
think if
in.
he overthrows this, he might miss the whole pile.
yeah.
Might be better off
And it's
almost
never,
taking
like,
the other
If
turn.
you sweep it right now, we're never flashing.
The only bad result there is not getting that rock out of the house.
Correct.
If we clear it like
The other
this,
turn,
there
if
was
you
never
overthrow it, you're still gonna hit
a corner
something.
where we
This
did
turn, if you overthrow it, you're
Yeah.
nothing. But it looks fine.
It's fine.
If it gets over there.
There it goes.
Yeah, he's fine.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, good shot.
Yep.
All right, boys. Let's go. Yes.
So in the 5th end, Birr draws one to the button to score 1. He trails Birklid by 2 points, 4-2 Birklid.
You got it.
Mike, at the 6th end, both you and I get to sing a song. Do you have a good voice?
I have a terrible voice.
Great. That'll make me sound good.
Jackie has a good voice, though. She can sing.
Nice.
Yeah,
Five rock
she was the
rule.
singer.
We could have peeled on your first run. Would have been a lot less interesting.
Where did she sing, or where does she sing?
Well, she was a music teacher in China.
Oh,
Yeah. So this end, you know, with Birklid leading by 2, all they want to do is make sure they can score a point. If they figure if they can score here, they should win the game.
so Birklid's figuring that.
Yep, yep. They just want to leave themselves a shot to score 1. And Todd will go hard for a steal. He needs to steal.
Looks like Dunham scored 3 in the 5th end to tie up the match on the 4th end between Brundage and Dunham. 5 apiece.
So Todd for sure will throw 2 guards. So that first guard's in good spot. But they'll tap this on the rings. Yep. They'll tap this on the ring. So their next one they'll be able to hit it.
But it checked out.
no sleeping. Just
It helps.
So in this case, I'm still trying to figure out this 5-guard rule.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Todd's behind, but he doesn't have the hammer.
Yeah.
It
So
doesn't help him.
In this instance, the 5-rock rule makes no difference.
Yeah.
Close. Yep.
It's only when you're down with hammer that would.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
A lot of weight.
Whoa.
Too much weight.
Sorry,
Okay,
my
now
fault.
Todd's in position. He can throw up another guard, and he'll have something to work with.
On sheet 2, it looks like
Looked like it was
Duberstein,
really starting to move, and then
Stein
as soon as he got on,
scored another one. It's up 3 to 1 in the. They're in the 5th end.
It's okay. We can do it on the next one.
Sheet 1, it looks like Flannery scored 3
That
in
was
the
probably
5th
like 4.
and is up
Yeah, I asked
5
for
to
a
2
little less.
over running.
The ice I gave was probably a little tight for the weight I asked for. So.
So they would like this near the center line, and higher the better at this point. That's a pretty good shot.
Top house, top 8 or so. Don't want to go.
Good
Line's
line.
getting tight. That only.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. Line's real good. Starting to come down. Easy. It's coming down.
Okay, good shot
Easy.
here.
Top 8's great. Yeah, I know. Okay, it's all there. It's top 4. Sit. Sit. That's great stone. Hey, boy. Hey, kid.
I find that technique works, actually, talking to the stone. Sit.
Sometimes they listen to you, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Wow, there was a heavy hit on sheet 3, and it's by the mixed team, one of the women. She could throw it hard. Whoa.
no.
Got to stick on that corner. Yep. It's all
Boy,
right.
Hunter.
Ooh.
You like Peel?
Yeah,
No.
they should peel here, no
Okay.
doubt about it.
All right. Board.
If they hit it right, they could get all 3 of them out, but they're not.
Chip the board. Chip the top's fine.
I mean, hit all 3 reds?
Yeah, they should try peeling out all the reds here. They could make them all go away if they hit it right, but they're not going to try it.
Board up. Off. Never.
Uh-oh.
Never ever.
This is the worst case scenario coming up here.
Can't do that, guys.
Yeah, this is bad. So now they're left with,
Lines those right up.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, I would have tried the double peel up front. Peel one of them away.
Yeah,
Now they're in trouble.
No worries.
And if you're going to miss that shot, you can never be wide. You got to at least hit the guard.
This one seems a little wide to me.
Yeah, it should hook though. It's outturned. Here it comes. This one's been curling good all game.
Come on, Tom, finish it.
It's
Go,
got
go,
a nice
go.
shot.
Nice pair, Hunter.
Now they're gonna.
So what's the key to this?
You want it. You really want to throw it hard. You'd like to make contact on this back one.
Like 3/4.
You'd like to, if you could get a
3/4
double
down.
peel here, that would be crucial. Throw it hard enough to where your shooter rolls off the side. He's going to throw it hard.
No. Yep, yes, yes. Whoa, whoa, yep.
Yep.
Got a kid.
Great shot, Matt.
That was a nice shot.
Yeah. Now, see, if he would have thrown that the first rock,
Thanks, Todd.
they'd been a lot better. I mean, that helped a lot now, but
Real good.
Nice recovery.
So he's going to try to draw under the yellow guard there?
no, he's got to throw a guard here.
No longer 4 reds.
Oh,
in
yeah.
a row.
I had the colors backwards.
Yep. He's just going to throw a guard somewhere near the center line. It's curling. Should be good though.
On sheet 6, it looks like Leclerc's team got 1 point in the 5th and trails Stapera 4-3. Close
You
game
can see
there.
almost half.
When you're playing teams,
Hack.
I've noticed that you have said that certain people are passionate or have a lot of energy or whatever. Do you play teams differently based on their personalities?
I don't. Yeah.
You just play your game.
You just play what, yeah, you just play the scenarios and what's given to you. And
I was in a bond spiel once with a guy who invented the hacks. His name is Marco.
Hurry!
oh,
Forgot his name.
Whoa, yeah. Whoa, whoa,
not Al Hackner?
Nope. That makes sense. Al Hackner. No, it was Marco Ferraro or
Okay,
Ferreira.
yeah.
He was curled in the Briar actually with Dean Gemmell. But I played with him, and he would play. And if we'd ever get a big end, he had a French-Canadian accent. He would say, "Oh, we totally demoralized him." And I always like that because you can. I mean, the emotion of the game, you can get people out of the game.
Yeah. There's some people that are good front runners, and some people are not good come from behind teams. So, in that respect, you might play your opposition a little differently.
It's interesting. His back leg flies way over.
Yep, he's got that tuck. He's got that tuck slide, so back leg tends to slide over a little more. Okay, he threw it good, but as you notice, this one doesn't curl much. That's a straight stone. Just can't get to. Just wasn't gonna ever curl enough.
Oh yeah. Perfect. You like 10-5?
Okay.
Got some.
Off.
Probably all there.
Hold. Clean. Whoa. Matt. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
He could have
Bye, guys.
run that guard.
Yep. I mean, I think we could probably go a little less.
It's all right. Just right at the end, put it back. I think you're a little heavy maybe too. I didn't get a time, but
Yeah, I was a bit up. Maybe we would make it to the nose. Oh, nice. They were at middle 12. What? They were at
Got
middle 12.
room. Line's
Short.
really good. Gotta go. Yep. Come on. Hard.
Got to get around that guard at least. Ouch. Oh, well, that's not bad.
we're going in, right? There's no peels.
Hey, Jason. Can you turn his mic down a little bit?
Full 4.
That, I think that's it's
pretty
probably
good.
B,
We only really
I'm
need
guessing.
one.
Yeah, I
I'd
mean,
like 2.
if we can get
Thanks.
it top, like bite
Full
button.
4. Yeah, I mean, he's always going to have
The
to
director
do
of IT for the curling club, Adam,
Yeah.
came
And if we
over
do
because I was
this
having
and
some
he has
problems
this-
earlier. There was like
Alright,
there's
whatever.
this score
Let's
streamer
fucking
thing,
go.
and I couldn't get it. It crashed, and I couldn't get it to
Think
work.
about here's right.
Yeah,
And he just came over. He said, "Oh, I got it to work." I turned it on.
It'll curl really hard.
Well,
at the end,
yeah.
so we can
I'm like, I didn't know there was an on-off switch.
Sometimes it's good to be smart, right?
Yeah, I guess.
75 on this pass.
So this didn't materialize the way.
What do you
No.
think,
Todd had a
Dave?
good opportunity there to bury it. Just came up a little short again, so.
Okay.
If Steve can bury this, it should assure him 1 point at least.
What you said earlier was.
Yep, that's what he's happy with, if he
Yeah.
can get it 1 point.
Try to be patient if you can, because it will come back.
So
But
just
not if we hold it
full
forever.
biting 4 foot or top 4 foot would be perfect here. And Todd will be forced with the out turn come around.
I think it's close, guys.
Looks a little heavy.
Where? Room.
That's getting better.
Room. Just off. Totally off.
Stay close.
Let it die.
Nope, nope, nope.
Go.
Bump the tee
Go.
and finish. Yeah, go, 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 go,
Ah!
go!
That's good. That's perfect.
Real good.
Good patience, guys.
Yep. So you got same ice?
So at this point, yellow's going to score 1 unless something crazy happens.
Well, you know, you said earlier this shot almost looks like that same triple.
Matt wanted a 90 there, and I was like,
Yeah,
That could be crazy.
that would be very crazy.
I would do that shot if I was down a
for an
lot,
80, and I hit a
just for
70
fun.
bad.
You know, if Todd can
We were all wrong.
force a point here, game's not over. He's in deep trouble, but if he can just force a point
I
here
think
and
so. They could have swept that there, yeah.
get 2 or 3 in the 7th, he can win the game. So he's got to be at least 8 foot here.
Got a lot of room. Room. Room.
This looks all right.
Hunter only if you gotta go. You got room. Can't. Yep. Go behind it. Come on.
Oh, could he get shot rock?
Go.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been.
That'd have been incredible.
Yeah.
That would have been what you said, unless something
Crazy,
crazy
that was-
happened.
Well, now this could be the end here. All he's got to do is
If we draw
throw.
to the nose of our 1, are we second shot? No. Okay.
Well, don't they just try to get rid of that
Well,
one?
you
Except
could
it's
just you
hard.
could just throw some weight and get rid of it, or you could throw a little less weight and try
Sorry, I had
to.
to improvise. I didn't
But
wanna
you got to
get
be a little
big
careful.
ball.
You never want to touch your Yellowstone. You could give a point away.
We just feathered
Yeah.
a little bit straight.
Solid board.
So he's
But
got
you do have
weight.
2 points to waste.
Yeah, but you got your point here. That's what you want for sure. You
Yeah.
know, obviously, if you can get 4 points here, game's over. 3 points, the game's over.
I mean, if you don't
So
touch
he's
the
got to throw a
ball,
nice board weight,
do we stop in front of it?
and as long as he throws it reasonably good, he should make it.
Yep. Clean. Whoa.
Looks pretty good. Oh, looks pretty close.
Whoa. Matt.
I
Clean.
think
Clean.
he's got
Clean.
it.
Right up. Good.
Yeah, there's 4. That should be the end. Yeah.
All right. Todd Birr shakes. So Birklid.
Good luck. Good game. Good luck. Good game.
So now we normally will cover other interesting matches for a while, if you're up for it.
I can do that.
All right.
We got a couple good games out here.
Yeah, so let me just run down where we are. On sheet 1, we have Running versus Flannery, and Flannery is up 5-2. Yep. And in sheet 2 is Duberstein versus View. And View is up. Duberstein is up 3-1. Sheet 3 is Workin and Fenner. And I can't see there's a pole there, but I think that I think it looks like Workin is up 4-2. Sheet 4 is Brundage and Dunham. And Brundage scored 1 in the 6th to go up 6-5. And on sheet 6, it's also a 1-point game between Bob Leclerc and Andrew Stapera with
So like if I throw it real bad, take the yellow off, I steal one.
Hey man, I caught the peak of the height. I caught the peak.
Don't challenge me.
Bob Wallstead says hello to Brad Thomas up in Minot, North Dakota. Oh. Great to see you, Bob.
Yes, sir.
So it looks like over on the web stream, which I can't see, it looks like they might be showing sheet 2 side by side. I'm not sure. Let me go in and check on what's going on over there. I'll be right back.
Okay.
There's like a revolution of, well, you shouldn't even wear shoes at all, basically. Yeah, it's rough. I've tried, but I couldn't do it.
Well, interesting, on sheet 3, we got Evan Working's mixed team is beating Corey Dropkin's high performance team. So could be a bit of an upset there.
So why don't we, from a view standpoint, why don't we keep it on 5? Just not our talk. We can talk about whatever, but well, actually, that's a pretty nice end, though. I'm going to change that. Why don't we say too far? So Fenner's team is down by 2, right?
Yep.
And they're red?
4-2, and they're down by 2, yes.
Yeah, you hurt your knees by landing on your feet. You're on your toes the whole time.
So they're sitting 2 right now.
Jason, can you mute the wireless mics, both of them? Because they're done. Thanks. In the, I know in the Nationals, like when they do, they have channels of communication, so you can I could switch off the communication and talk to the, not that advanced. So.
Okay, looks like on sheet 3 they're working towards their deuce, trying to split the house again.
Yeah, so sheet 6 has
Whoa.
handshakes.
Yep, big end by yellow.
Which is Stapera. So they get the victory. That Tom Howell shot,
Yeah, he
little
came
light.
up short. Came up short. That hurts.
Corey looks like he's looking at that rock like,
Looks like that back rock is exposed for an open hit, so we'll see. Ooh, maybe not. They're thinking about drawing.
yeah, sometimes, like, I don't know if that, there is a rock, a guard up there.
Yeah, there is a guard. And
It's right in the post for
yeah,
me.
I can see it. And I thought the back one is exposed, but maybe not. Must be a little heavy here. They're not touching it. Oh, now they're going to try to. No. They're not. That's through the rings. All right. Well, if they can drag this around the corner guard, they'll have a good chance at 3.
Looks like it's got a little bit more energy than the last one.
Yep, this looks pretty good. Very nice.
I thought he just turned his back and walked away. Like, I thought she made a suggestion and he just said, nope. Well, so he wants to sit on that.
Yep. And this is one you don't want to miss. Otherwise, you might give up a 4-bagger.
So what? Now, why do you want to sit on that?
It would pretty much kill his end. Yeah, his other option would be to appeal the corner guard.
Would tighten the.
Yep. If they can sit on it, red will not be able to remove it. So it would essentially would kill red's end. But if you're a little short or you're a little heavy, then your red will be able to make a play on it.
So assuming that you can make any shot, that's the shot to make.
That's the shot. It's just a hard one.
Yeah.
The other option would be to peel the guard and leave yourself in wide open hit. Yeah, but if you have good draw weight and you know the broom, this is a good call.
Why wouldn't you draw under the yellow?
That yellow's just a little tight. It's a little too hard to come around that yellow. You could though. There's more room for error on this shot. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's got a beauty, I think. We'll see.
Yeah, from this angle, it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, that might have just bounced just a little bit. So, but even if red was able to get to the face of it, he'd leave a huge pocket for yellow. That's what they're going to try to do, though. So they'll probably play back circle weight here, I think.
These guys have new uniforms, and I like them. I like the color.
Very nice.
They're different.
Very nice.
I wonder how much a set of 4 of those jerseys cost. I was thinking about getting them for our crew here.
Yeah, I don't think they're that expensive. Probably less than $100 a jacket, I would think.
Printed up all nice like that with the design?
Well, with the printing and all that, maybe a little more.
Well, if it's $100 a jacket, that might not be bad. If it's $500 a jacket,
Yeah, I don't think it'd be 500 unless they're really high quality jackets, but curlers don't spend much money.
yeah, I've heard that. Some curlers don't. Generally, they don't. It's got a lot of weight coming down. From the inside out.
Oh, he's got a nice one.
Yeah, even got a little bit of a roll in.
What is he going to do? Is he going to hit or draw?
Perhaps he'll use that third one, the changeup.
Could just throw that heavy, could throw hack weight here.
Yeah.
Enough curl to just to roll under a little bit.
Doesn't look like he's doing that, though.
He likes to throw big weight,
Yeah.
but this shot doesn't require it. Unless you want to double out the back one. Let's see what type of weight he throws. You definitely don't want to hit the guard here. It's not hack weight.
I moved it quite a bit there at the end.
Oh. I think he could have been a little lighter on that. Okay, we got a, it's not an open hit for 3, but if he noses it, he'll get 3.
Which I'd imagine they'd be happy about.
They would be very happy getting 3 right here. You know Laser?
Well, I just bump into him when I do this. He's always filming Andrew's team, and so he's always in like my space. So I was giving him a hard time for removing one of my plugins.
He's another guy I curled with.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great teammate. There's 3.
All right, so in the 6th end, on sheet 4, or sheet 3, I mean, Fenner scores 3, goes up by 2, I believe, up by 1 over Workin. So let's see what else is happening over on that section. On sheet 1, it looks like it's a tie game. It looks like Running tied it up, scored 3 in the 6th, and it's 5 apiece between Running and Flannery. And on sheet 2, just a second here. I'm getting mauled by. So in sheet 2, looks like Duberstein has got the game in hand. Up 5-1 over View. And then in sheet 3, they're starting the 7th end. Over on sheet 4, it's 6-5 in the 7th end. It looks like Brundage scored 1 in the 6th. So, not that good. So over there on sheet sheet 1. It looks like they're negotiating what shot to make. They're going to have a little bit of a powwow to discuss the shot. Can I be the celebrity lead? I think we're going to stop with the commentary, just because it's kind of hard to see on that far end. I don't think we're doing but I think we can keep the stream going and flipping it back and forth to interesting games. Yeah. So thanks, Mike, for coming down here. It was great.